Cougar quest for the Trans American Championship at Daytona International Speedway, where the first of the 12 races is held in early February. National Speed Sports News editor Chris Economaki talks with Parnelli Jones about his Cougar.
Congratulations, Parnelli, on winning a pole position. What kind of a race car is the Cougar going to make?
Well, I think it's doing quite well. We're powered with a small 289 engine, and we still have a little more horsepower to get out of the car, and it seems to handle quite well. I'm real impressed with it.
How are you going to drive it, as a sprint or as an endurance race?
I think it's going to do some doing to keep the car together, and I'm just going to try to feel it out the first part of the race and try to make up my mind then. I like to run up front, but I might just back off.
Cougar's biggest handicap at this early stage is its very newness. The Mustangs and some other cars have had years of experience on road and track to sort out any...
1967 was a benchmark year for the Trans Am Series. The title of the series was shortened to the Trans Am Championship. The number of events run in 1967 nearly doubled to a total of 12. Detroit's Big Three saw the opportunity to showcase their popular muscle cars and responded with dollars for car preparation and driver talent. The remarkable aspect of the early Trans Am Series was the fact that the cars were quite literally showroom cars. Other than roll cages, seat harness, engine, and a few other minor modifications, the cars that were raced in the series were the same cars you could buy off your local car dealer's floor. This provided a unique marketing angle for Detroit to show off their increasingly popular pony cars. Mercury came into 1967 with a three-car assault, with drivers Dan Gurney, Parnelli Jones, and Ed Leslie.
Car about to head to pit road. Ford's ready to fight it out for Spec Racer Ford. Honors Dorsey Schrader. This ought to be a terrific race.
I'm holding my breath on this. They got it pretty tidy at the start here. Pace car's in. Oh, a big shuffle already. I don't think the green's out.
We saw him go 5 wide at times here yesterday through the trioval. Green flag does wave, even though some cars had bolted out of line. 5 and 6 wide in the trioval. And your leader going down into 1, Cliff White in that purple 58 car.
Already a little bump drafting as we enter turn 1. I don't know if that can do that in the first one.
It was a series that identify with, and it certainly was real popular with manufacturers as they challenged one another. And with that philosophy that what wins on Sunday is sold on Monday.
The historic Trans Am thing is we're a group of owners who are enthusiasts who have these cars. We restored them back to the way they were back in the year they were run. We've kind of figured out that the history's already been made. We're just the caretakers of these cars, these wonderful cars. These are all the cars we grew up with, all the cars we love. Great group of owners and guys. We respect the cars. We drive the cars really hard. This is art object in motion.
This is a wonderful, fantastic step backward in time. I came of age in the late 60s, early 70s, and the first race I ever covered for radio was the 1970 Lime Rock Trans Am. And to come out here and be a part of this field of cars at this magnificent facility pretty much fulfills all my dreams as a young man, because I wanted to be a Trans Am driver. And when I rolled through that tunnel and came into my car in the paddock, I am, despite what my friends have to say and do here.
This is a 1970 Camaro. It's not a particularly famous car. It was driven by a privateer named Walter Parkins, but it's an original car, raced back in the day, so it's kind of neat. It's a lot of fun. Took us a while to get it all sorted out, but you know, good, like all these Trans Am cars, good power, no brakes, no grip, just kind of slide around and have fun.
And these cars back in the day was without a doubt the best series with the most important drivers ever in America. You had Dan Gurney, you had Mark Donahue, Sam Posey, George Follmer, Parnelli Jones. The list goes on and on. Those exact cars are here today as they were. This car was driven by Peter Gregg, who was famous for Porsche driving for Brumos Porsche. This car was driven by many guys in 1970, 71, and 72. Mark Donahue, Peter Revson, 71, George Follmer, Roy Woods, Vic Elford, Tony Adamowicz, 72, George Follmer, Roy Woods. Unbelievable. Great cars, great history.
This is my 63 Ford Falcon Sprint. It is an original race car. In fact, the only 63 bodied Falcon to ever professionally road race in the United States.
Not the typical interior for a race car.
No, you know, back then, Jim would put his wife and his 2 kids in the back seat, and they'd drive to the races. They'd get out of the car when they got to the races. He'd take the bumpers off, he'd take the exhaust off, they'd go racing. And when the racing was done, they'd put the parts back on and drive home as a family.
you know, that's kind of our mission, is to bring what was America's greatest road racing series to a new generation of enthusiasts. My son is 15. He can't wait to drive one of these. He's having a ball. And yeah, this is what it's all about.
This is as clean as it gets. These cars are prepared and preserved exactly how they were raced. It's so important to retain how these cars were raced back in the day. This is the neatest class that there is in racing.
But it's a great hobby. This is the best. This is the best thing. You can't possibly. If you hit a golf ball and you hit a good drive, you get a little bit of a rush. If you hit the corner just right, your heart's pounding. Life's good.
Historic Trip is a group of people that run cars that are as they were raced back in the 60s and 70s. The cars have to be exactly as they ran in their model year, and there's no deviation. So these cars are the real cars. They are the ones the real drivers drove, and they're running as they ran back then. The purest form of vintage racing.
Number 77, Sam Posey's Factory Dodge Challenger from the 1970 Trans Am Series. It's a blast to drive, but it's more just preserving it. I'm a historian with it, so custodian, I guess, is the right word.
It is. I was just up on the media tower, and I looked down and saw these cars, and I said, I got to get down here and just take a close look at them, because they look fabulous when they're going around the track, but to be able to really see them up close, and the history just keeps popping up and popping up, so it's fabulous. And to see this many of them in one place at one time at a track that they were built and designed to run is just going to be fabulous to watch this race.
This is what it is. I mean, when you think about Trans Am and you think about the 60s and 70s, this is truly an authentic field. This is where we're trying to get SVRA to go. This is truly a field of dreams. And each of these drivers take care of the cars and respect that history and the legacy that these cars provide.